Blessed day everyone, my name is Ken Joel Kodaltiber from 2ABSCA. So, I will explain the trade and customs law. So, first is the regulatory and taxation. The Bureau of Customs or Tariff Commission has primarily government by the Bureau of Customs, NAIA for air, and also the Tariff Commission or TC for disputes. So first is the diminished value. What is diminished value? So under the CMTA, this is the set of 10,000 pesos. If your shipment or FOB or FCA value is 10,000 or less, it is free duties and taxes. If they exceed, that is not a diminished value. That should not be free. For example, you buy a pair of limited edition of sneakers from Japan. Let's example Onitsuka, worth 9,500. So it passes through NAIA tax free because it is not exceeded or in 10,000 pesos. So HS code, the harmonized system, which is a 6-digit in international code for classifying goods. For example, goods in the Philippines is actually 8, or some of them is 10. So AHTN, the ASEAN Harmonized Tariff Nomenclature. So an 8-digit extension of the harmonized system used within the ASEAN. There are two extra digits specify the regional requirements. Uh, Number 4 is the tariff classification ruling. If a broker and the BOC disagree on a code, we should file a petition with the Tariff Commission, especially if you are not familiar with uh, the AHTN code. You can petition on Tariff Commission. Their ruling is final and binding. So example, it's a smartwatch, pero um, uh, medyo mamahalin, or a data transmission device, which is sa smartwatch meron na siyang high duty tsaka high duty, tapos meron na siyang marami siyang mga features ba, which is kakaiba sa HTN. Let's as example, uh, example for there was a washing machine, but that washing machine is it could be used to stove, which is meron din siyang stove, which is mag-iiba yung AHTN niya. Ano bang matatawag dito sa tariff nito, or anong tawag ng tariff code nito if may dalawang uri siya. So which is pwede kang mag-petition with the Tariff Commission. So the Tariff Commission will decide. Lodgement, the process of electronically filing your import entry through a VAT service or value added service provider, which is the VSP. So that is the lodgement. Second, the selectivity lane, which is the color lanes. The Bureau of Customs risk management algorithm. So the green lane is no exam immediate release. The yellow one is the document check only. And also the red one is document check plus physical or X-ray exam. There are some orange, which is there are orange too, which is the document checking, and also intrusive inspection. There are blue actually. Post clearance audit. So they check your books later. Number 7 is physical examination or 100% check, where a custom examiner opens the boxes and verify the contents against the invoice for preventing the smuggles. 8 is the non-intrusive inspection, which is X-ray, using high penetration X-ray machines to see inside containers without opening it. This speeds up the red lane. Number 9, assessment of duties and taxes, the computation of what you owe, like the custom value plus duty, insurance and freight, like the CIF. Airway bill. Airway bill is the contract of carriage for air freight, which is unlike the bill of lading. It is not a document title. It doesn't prove ownership, just receipt. Sadyang resibo lang siya talaga. Abandoned goods. Goods are impliedly abandoned. If you fail to lodge the entry within the 15 days or fail to claim the goods within 15 days after paying duties, or fail to file provisional goods declaration, the BOC will auction them off. BOC, Port of Entry. These are the specific districts where goods are cleared. Like for example, Port of Naiya, Subic, Manila. That is the Port of Entry. IERD is Import Entry and Internal Revenue Declaration, also known as BC Form 236. It is official document that summarizes the tax, payment, and shipment details. So that is the IERD. Customs Appraiser. The Bureau of Customs Officer who determines if the value declared as a fair market value. If they think it is too low, will bench increase the value. So that is the Custom Appraiser. Anti-dumping duty. An extra impose of import that are priced unfairly low to protect local industries. For example, if cheap imported cement is killing the local producers, like dyan sa may Tifasco, yung katabi ng Tifasco, I think yung cement dyan na factory, if dyan is medyo mamahal at saka benta masyado ang imported goods kasi masyadong low ang price, the government add an anti-dumping duty to protect the local producers. Logistics or brokerage moving the cargo. Focus on NMM brokers or MSTSI Subic, which is they talk about it. Some of my friends they talk about it in the experience of educational tour, which is last time I could not attend because of the financial crisis on our family. So, there are the terminal operators, by the way. Incoterms 2020, which is the international commercial terms, which is there are 11 Incoterms. I could not name it 11, so the time will be shortened. This is rules that defines who pays the freight and also where the risk transfer from the seller to buyer. For example, FOB, a free on board, means the seller jobs and when the boxes on the ships. That is the FOB. Well, the bill of lading, which is the ticket of sea freight, it is a document of title that you cannot get your cargo without the original bill of lading. Demurrage. Demurrage is the penalty charged by the shipping line for staying the port past free time. For example, you have 4 days of demurrage and also you exceed the 5 days. You exceed the 4 days. Now, you have a penalty or demurrage fee because of it. Detention. A penalty for keeping the empty container outside the port too long. This is a different opposite on demurrage. Detention is the outside to the port, which is it is empty, but it is too late, very late, to get back the container on the port. TEU or 20-foot equivalent unit, the standard measure of 20 feet container or 40 containers in 2 TEUs. Step during the labor of unloading and loading cargo from the ship to the pier. Arrastre, the labor of handling cargo at the pier terminal. For example, moving it from the pier to the storage crane. That is arrastre. Manifest, which is the master list of all cargo or ship submitted by the carrier of the Bureau of Customs before arrival. So that is the manifest. Freight forwarding is a travel agent for cargo. They don't own the ships but organize the movement. Supply chain visibility. Using technology like GPS, RFID to track where a container is in real time. That is the supply chain visibility. Transshipment, when the cargo is moved from one vessel to another, an intermediate port. For example, cargo from the USA stops in Singapore before arriving in Manila. That is transshipment. So LCL, less than container load. You share a container with people's good. That is less than containers load. Full container load is you rent the whole box. For example, I rent the whole box. Chassis, the trailer or wheels use the whole container via truck. Port throughput, the total volume of cargo a port handles in a year. Free port zone, which is the Subic context. A special SBFZ where goods can be imported tax-free provided they stay in the zone for re-exported. That is the free port zone. Special economic zone, which is governed by the Philippine Economic Zone Authority or PEZA. Ecozone is a tax haven within the Philippines. So legally, an ecozone is considered a foreign territory for tax purposes. ITH, income tax holiday. PEZA firms often pay 0% corporate income tax for 4 to 7 years as an incentive. Cross-border trade. Trade between the Philippines customs territory and another country or between ecozones. The customs territory, that is the customs border trade. Number 4 is indirect export. When a local supplier sells to a PEZA firm, since the PEZA firm will eventually export the finished products, the local supplier sales is treated as an export. Zero rated VAT. Local purchases made by PEZA firms are such subject to 0% VAT. Customs territory, which is the portion of Philippines outside the ecozone where standards on, duties tax applies. Admissions. The term of importing goods into ecozones, you don't import into PEZA, so you admit it. PEZA Gate Pass, the document required to move goods out of PEZA zone. That is the Gate Pass. Constructive exportation, a legal fiction. It is a company in Manila sells to a company PEZA Baguio. The law treats it as a goods left the country. Number 10 is certificate of origin. A document proving where the goods were made used to get lower tax under the trade deals like AFTA. Number 4 is operations quality standards, which is ensuring the good managing flow or good manufacturing. GMP is the good manufacturing practice. This is a system to ensure products are consistently produced and controlled according to quality standards vital for food or consumption. QA, quality assurance, focus on the process. For example, how do we prevent mistakes during manufacturing? It is focuses on the process only. QC, quality control, focus on product itself. For example, let's test this batch to see if it's broken. There's a batch of products. Test that there there was a defect on it. Lead time, the total time when you place an order until it arrives in your warehouse, for example. Number 5 is inventory management, the balance of keeping enough stocks to sell without spending too much on storage. Just in time or GIT, inventory storage, an inventory strategy where materials arrive exactly when they are needed for production and minimizing storage costs. And that's it. My name is Ken Joel Guadalquivir from 2ABCA. So, thank you for watching.